All right, hello. This is my first post for my chess vlog, and I have just come off of a tournament in Denver yesterday. I played. I was planning on playing that the previous week, so I came into round two with a half point bye. But I got to play one of the people I've played before, a guy named Ed, who was rated 1898, but I think he told me later he was rated 1946. It was an interesting game. Um, I had a head smacker earlier in the game at like move 12 or 13, which I guess if I spent a little bit of time calculating this move, D takes on c5 and then bishop takes on b5, I probably could have ended that game in about 20 moves, but I was silently cursing myself after overlooking that combination, and the game proceeded to go on for probably another 20 moves. But a little bit of suffering until I made a fight for the initiative with, I think it was like a move knight eg5, and he responded to this a bit passively, and his position really just collapsed. I mean, it shouldn't have collapsed as quickly as it did, but it did. And I was able to get the point. I did a little bit of analyzing with him afterwards, and he wasn't too upset about it. He felt that he played pretty well against 2200, so he had a positive outlook about his result, and I'm pretty sure in the future we'll probably play again. I was actually expecting to play Sarah this round, a woman that I've played probably three times, who is also slightly over 2,000, but I think that'll be held off for another week. Um, I was about 90% sure I'd be playing her today, but now I'm probably like 95% sure that I'm going to be playing her with the black pieces next week. So it was an interesting situation, and currently I'm in my car in preparation for a chess club in southwest Denver that I usually go to about twice a month, and it's not for competitive reasons. It's more encouragement reasons. There's a lot of kids that show up at that event or that chess club, and this gives me an opportunity to talk with the kids and uh, check out talent, because I have a pretty good eye for um, prospects. If there was a recruiting job for chess players or chess recruiters, I'd definitely be at the top of the list because I can see talent just by looking at them. All right. Anyhow, I might have some post later for this chess club, but I will leave that to the probabilities. That. So we're here in the library. It's nighttime, and the chess club for me is pretty much over. I played two reasonable games, one against a 900. I guess for the first part of the game played like a 1200, and then um, once he got into trouble and things got complicated, then he played like a 900. Uh, just my estimate to how easy the tactics were that he overlooked. I think one tactic I brought a rook the to the fourth rank where it was protected by a pawn and laterally attacking his queen. That was putting pressure on a pawn in front of my king. And for some reason, he spent probably a good 30 seconds looking at the position before he completely overlooked my rook taking his queen. So, estimate there was probably a U1000 oversight. Then after that game, I played against 12 or I think maybe he's mid 1300s now, and he played pretty good for a while, but it's still like a 1300 playing against a 2200. So eventually, the position collapsed on himself, but he plays a mean King's Indian. So here's a position from that game. I think this was he just played G4, and I don't think this came from a King's Indian. I think it came from French. But who would have thought that you can get such interesting positions out of a French? He played like E4, E6, and then I think it was D4, D5, Knight C3, pawn takes on E4, knight takes on E4, and then eventually he played F4. So yeah, F4 was dubious, but um, he made it pretty electrifying for a while. But after that position, he pretty much lost in like 3 or 4 moves afterwards. Checkmate, back rank. So I have 2 more days before the real tournament begins in Denver again, and I get to try and face off with a couple people who have had my number for the last month. We'll see how that goes. Signing out.